Here's the thing. My behavior has been dictated by my animalistic desires. I mean two things: sex and food. Hunger and horniness. Fucking and eating. These are the two things that have been going on in my head, in my thoughts, in my urges, all of my damn life. And these are the things that have been controlling my behavior. When I thought about it, I realized most of the guys out there, they can't control their animalistic urges. To do that, you're gonna have to fast. You're gonna have to feel what it feels like to be really hungry and to keep pushing through it even when you're hungry. Other guys that I know, my friends, cannot control their animalistic urges, and it gets them in trouble. And they bothered me. And they bothered me because I do them. I do these two things because I'm susceptible to them, because every man/person is susceptible to them. And that's why I'm doing a 4-day fast where I abstain from doing 4 things. First thing is no food. That means I'm only drinking water. I'm not eating food. I'm not eating or drinking anything else. The number 2 thing that I'm going to do is I am going to stop watching content. I'm going to stop consuming media, because that's the other thing that's been controlling my brain and my behavior lately. I'm addicted to it. I'm addicted to watching something. Even when I thought I was giving up TV, I just replaced TV with YouTube, right? It's the same fucking thing. I'm addicted to consuming content. Instead of creating content, instead of working, instead of taking action, I was addicted to being a spectator. That's what TV made me into, a fucking spectator. So, I'm tired of that shit, because that's not gonna help me achieve my goals. Number 3 thing, no hanging out. No hanging out. That's gonna solve the sex problem right there, right? I mean, I'm already doing NoFap, by the way. I'm on day 50 something. But the thing that has been taking over my mind lately is me thinking about girls, me thinking about sex. I don't want to do that anymore, okay? At least for a little while, until I get my shit handled, right? Because this shit right now is handling me. I am waking up thinking about some girl I met who I'm texting and trying to go on a date with or hook up with, right? I'm thinking about girls. I'm thinking about sex. And I'm just tired of that, because I've been doing that all my life. I'm 32 years old. It's like, when is it going to stop? It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop until I stop, right? It's not going to stop until I do what Napoleon Hill calls sexual transmutation, right? This idea is fucking old as shit, right? 100 fucking years old. Sexual transmutation is taking your sexual energy and using it towards something positive and something beneficial and something productive, instead of thinking about and imagining and visualizing, oh, me with some beautiful girl. Why don't I visualize my goals? Why don't I visualize my success, my achievement, goal completion, me killing my fucking targets, me destroying my fucking obstacles that are in my way? Why don't I think about those things? Me dominating everything I fucking do, everything I touch. Instead of me thinking about sex and me just taking this horniness where I just want to fuck and I want to fuck anything, instead of me taking that energy and using it for something that I've already been doing all of my life and it hasn't led me down to anything productive or useful, instead of me filling my head up with lustful images that only gonna make me hornier, and they're gonna make me wanna jerk off, and they're gonna make me wanna, think about girls all day. And then when I see that girl in front of me, I'm just fucking, I'm a spectator because that's what I'm doing in my head. I'm not taking action. I'm just fucking spectating. I'm not doing anything in real life. I'm just thinking of me doing something. Instead of me doing that, I'm gonna take that energy, I'm gonna take that sexual frustration, I'm gonna take that fucking hard cock erection energy, and I'm gonna fucking funnel it towards success. Nobody's fucking doing this, by the way. So I'm taking the two things that govern most men, hunger and horniness. And I'm gonna use these two things to achieve my goals. I'm gonna use these things for my passions, for my obsessions, for being a high performer, for being a fucking boss, being a fucking baller, to get to the next level, to scale my business. I'm gonna use these things to help me instead of letting these things control me. Because that's what they've been doing so far. They've been controlling me. They've been controlling me all my fucking life. It's about time for me to realize that and to acknowledge that, and it took me seeing this behavior in men to see this behavior in myself, to realize that this behavior is the thing that everyone is struggling with, that every fucking guy out there is struggling with. And that's why I'm doing this 4-day fast. Today is day 1. It is the morning. I have barely even gotten into this fast yet, but I know I'm gonna successfully complete this because I'm fucking committed. I'm committed as fuck. I'm gonna do this. It's not even a question. It's not even hard. It's going to be easy. And I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy it. All right? You better fucking believe I'm going to enjoy this. When I take control of my animalistic desires, nothing can stop me. Because those were the things that were holding me back. Me being hungry, me being horny. We're going to feel it. Right? We're humans. We're going to feel this shit. This shit is powerful. Right? This shit gets people to make stupid fucking decisions that ruin their life. Okay? I'm gonna take these things and I'm the master of them. I'm the fucking master of them. I'm gonna control them. I'm in control here. I'm gonna use these things to fuel me. I'm gonna use these things to get me to the emotional state that I need to be in to fucking do the hard fucking work. The hard fucking work. Right? The hard shit that nobody wants to do. The hard shit that I don't want to do. The hard shit that I haven't been able to focus on because I've been focusing on other things. Other people want to make excuses. I'm not making excuses anymore, okay? I'm taking everything I've learned, everything that I have learned thus far, I'm taking it and I'm using it to take massive action. It starts now. That's fucking it. Let's fucking go. You're already there. We are all already there. The natural inclination for me and for most people is I gotta learn more. I gotta know more. I gotta watch that video. I have to go through that course. I can't get the money that I want because I don't know how, and that means I have to learn more. Trust me, from my own experience, this is totally not true. We are already there. Now, I may only be speaking for myself because I have gone through that journey and those excuses and all the fucking educational resources and learning and hours of watching videos. I've already done that. So now, for me, where I'm at, I need to do the complete opposite. I need to stop watching those videos. I need to stop watching content. I'm already there. I'm already there. I don't need to watch more. Okay, that's where I'm at personally right now. And
what I need to do now is what I'm doing right now as we speak. I'm on day 1 of my 4-day fast of content, food, hanging out with people, and not using my fucking phone. Those are the 4 things that everyone does that is basically controlling their lives, and I am going to stop all of those things for 4 days. Now, I know people, they think that they need to learn more in order to make more money. That's not true. He needs to work more. He needs to do more. He needs to take more action. He needs to go out there and go find the fucking people who have that money that he wants. Who's got my money? Grant Cardone says. Who's got my money? So you got to go out there. You got to figure out who's got my money. You got to contact them and you got to get that money from them. That's how simple it is. The way you make money is through sales of a product or service. Go out there, find who has your money, and you go get that fucking money. That's it, right? So here I am. I'm on day 1 of my fast. I'm getting shit done. I'm organizing my stuff. I'm cleaning. I'm working. I'm basically cleaning and organizing as my break for when after I'm working, after I'm done working, after I'm tired and I'm fatigued, I go and I clean and I organize. All right? This is not fun. This is not fun at all. But I'm having fun doing it because I'm making myself have fun doing it. Because I'm obsessed with achieving my potential and achieving success. I am obsessed. And there's no one better out there. There's no one better equipped to succeed than me. So here I am. It's July 4th. I'm not hanging out with anyone. I'm not fucking grilling. I'm not at a pool party. I'm not doing shit. I'm at home. I'm fucking organizing, cleaning, and working, right? And that's also because I haven't been doing those things as much as I should have been for the past all of my life. So now it's time for me to get rid of the distractions, stop watching content, stop eating, stop talking to people, stop hanging out, stop wondering what everyone else is doing, stop, looking at my fucking phone, looking at Instagram, looking at Facebook, getting sucked into social media. I need to stop that. I need to start focusing on myself for 4 days, 4 full days. And you know what? I'm going to come out of this a totally different person. I'm going to come out of this experience a new man. Because what I'm going to find is something that I probably didn't know I had. I'm going to find the resourcefulness within myself to set myself up for success, to increase my stamina to work and to focus on one thing. I'm going to discover the habits that have been stopping me. I already know what they are. Those are the things that I'm stopping for the 4 days, right? Those are my habits that are keeping me poor, that are keeping me a loser. Those are the things, right? Those are the things that go on in my mind. Sex, people, girls, right? And then food, right? Horniness and hunger. Those are the things that are controlling my life. Those are the animalistic desires that I think about constantly, right? And it's time to take control of that. I don't want to do that, but I know it's what needs to be done. So the whole point of these 4 days is to do the things that I don't want to do, that I know I need to do, and get shit done. That's it. All right, just a quick update. It's day 2 of my fast, and day 1 went well, went successfully. I did not eat anything. I only drank water and had some salt to keep my electrolytes up. It was tough. It was not easy. There wasn't any way that I was gonna not do it, but I was definitely thinking about food towards the end of the night. I was thinking about the steaks in my freezer and how good they're gonna be when I actually get to eat them. I slept for 9 hours. I feel good. My breath stank really bad this morning, or at least it felt like it. I had like a sour taste in my mouth, so first thing I did was I put a spoonful of coconut oil in my mouth, do some oil pulling. My pee was a little bit dark, like kind of a reddish yellow hue. That may have been from dehydration, that may have been from a cleanse of the toxins in my body, I don't know. Important stuff for the day: generating revenue, working on my business. I've got my place a little bit more organized than before. I mean, you can't really see it, but my closet has been organized. I got everything, well, almost everything off of the ground. I got all my laundry put up, organized. So that was a big step for me. It was a big step because I never want to do laundry. What's important? Making sales, making money, generating revenue. It's time to generate some fucking revenue. And that means I'm going to have to find a private label manufacturer. I've looked at 3 different ones, and I'm just going to have to keep digging. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my manufacturer's spreadsheet, which I created. Thank God that I was smart enough to create a spreadsheet, a list of all these manufacturers. Because now here I am, I'm going to need to use that list again. So I knew that, I set myself up for the future, and now I'm going to go through the list, and then I will have to figure out the marketing for that. So all these things I'm going to do, and that'll be today. I feel good. I don't feel hungry right now. The hardest thing for me probably was not being able to watch content while also not being able to eat. Because both of those things ameliorate my boredom. So without something to ameliorate my boredom, I have to find stuff to do that is productive, that is not a distraction. And that's hard because I've been distracting myself for a long time. Been distracting myself for way too fucking long. Now it's time to focus, to work, and to make that fucking money. I just want to make it clear what I'm doing with this fast. It's not to deprive myself of anything. It's to make it so that I can focus on what really matters, right? It's because these distractions have been taking over my life and have been keeping me from focusing on what is important. So by me not watching content, it's not really about not watching content and depriving myself of that thing. It's about I have identified that it's something that has been preventing me from doing the things that I need to do. So now I need to get away from it so that I can focus. But, if for instance, there's a video that my friend Jeremy sent me about selling on Amazon. And I'm thinking about watching that video. It's not really about me fasting from content and therefore I can't watch that video because I'm fasting and trying to stay away from this. It's more about I'm trying to stay away from the content so that I can focus on my business. Now, if this video helps me with my business and it gives me the steps to get my business to the next level, then that's not really a distraction. That's part of my purpose. That's part of what I'm doing. So I'm not trying to deprive myself and make myself miserable. I'm trying to get myself focused so that I can get to the next level. It is 4:20 p.m. and I'm struggling, man. Like, I really don't want to keep doing this because I'm getting bored. I've already been working more today than I have in the past week. I'm hungry. I already checked my phone. I already looked up, movies to watch, and I'm just thinking of all the things that I could be watching right now. The UFC fights. I'm thinking about like all the things I could be doing. I could go for a walk, but basically the whole idea of this fast was to focus on business. So it's tough, but we'll see. We'll see how I do. It's pretty crazy, but I am on day 3 and I have successfully been able to keep up with my fast. So I haven't eaten yet. It is day 3. It is 11 a.m. I'm feeling good, One thing that really helped me yesterday was doing 2 hours of Wim Hof breathing. That is 20 rounds. Well, first of all, it took 2 hours, so it killed 2 hours of time. What I experienced during those 20 rounds was basically what I had experienced before, earlier on, doing Wim Hof method, but that I haven't experienced lately because I haven't been able to go that deep. And, being fasted for 2 days, it removed all the impediments in my body that would have stopped the energy from flowing freely. So I just felt like I was able to really feel where my restrictions were, because that would result in tensions in my body. For me, I felt it in my throat. I felt like I guess like you could say I felt my throat chakra, just like a kind of general buzz, like near my throat. I felt the restrictions in my jaw and my face, some restrictions in my hands, some restrictions in my back, some restrictions in my psoas. It was like my abs and my front line superficial abs were like flexing without them flexing. It was like I was totally relaxed, but they were like, it was really, there was a lot of tension there. There's a lot of pressure inside of me. There were a few times where, I was trying to squeeze the pressure and the air to my head at the end of each round. And there were times when I almost passed out, but I didn't, because I immediately let go of that pressure once I felt like I was passing out. And doing that really helped me feel something I had never felt before, which is I was feeling this warm sensation radiating throughout my body. And that's something new. The thing about Wim Hof method that I learned early on is that most people, just like with anything in life, they're gonna do things half-assed. And it goes back to what Jordan Belfort said a long time ago, years ago. I heard him say this. He was talking about NLP specifically, and he said, it's complete crap unless you do it ninja style, right? And that another way to say that is the whole Bruce Lee quote, I'm not afraid of the man who knows 1,000 strikes, he's practiced only once. I'm deathly afraid of the man who knows one strike that he's practiced 10,000 times, or something like that. You know, the whole point is it's not really about the technique. It's about doing that technique to a mastery level, doing that technique fucking ninja style, doing that technique hard fucking core, right? You're not doing 1 round. You're not doing 3 rounds. You're doing 20 fucking rounds, and then you will get some crazy ass shit, right? So most people will never even get to 6 rounds, right? Because they're not willing to put in that work. I'm willing to put in that work. I've always been willing to put in that work. That's who I am. I learned that from my father, who worked very hard. I learned that from my mother, who worked very hard growing up. They both worked when I was going to school, and I would go home, and they wouldn't be there. They would be at work, right? That's how I grew up. So if there's one thing that was instilled in me, it was work ethic. It was work ethic, persistence, not giving up, showing up, you know, attendance. I had an extremely high attendance rate. Basically never missed school, never missed class, never. You know, I had to be fucking dying to miss class. And those things were instilled in me early on. There were other things that I felt that I wasn't taught, like how to have a successful mindset, how to make money, how to be rich, how to be wealthy, how to get girls, how to socialize, how to kind of rise above the social hierarchy. I mean, all these things I learned on my own, but that's how it should be. That is the next generation stepping up to learn new things. So I took the things that I learned and I ran with them, and I learned a bunch of shit on my own. But the base foundation for my life, for my character, was set from my parents, who raised me well. And they're still together too. That's important. They're still married. I mean, it's not the most, I wouldn't say it's like the most loving relationship, but it's stable, you know, there's stability, there's support, and there is love in their own ways. But the way that most people would think of a loving relationship, I don't think that's their relationship. But that said, it helped me be the stable person that I am. And I think also, you know, my dad's dad, he was a degenerate gambler. And I think I have those genes in me as well, because I am kind of crazy and prone to taking risks, and that's what makes me me. You know, I have the stability from my parents, my conservative parents, and then I also have the kind of craziness from past generations. And I'd say I'm a good blend of both, right? So anyways, day 3. Today is day 3 of my fast. Now, I will say, I opened my phone today. I was looking at Facebook and Instagram, and I posted on Instagram on the Beast Nation podcast channel, or Instagram. And other than that, I still have not watched any videos or listened to any audio. So I'm still content fasting. But like I said yesterday, it's not really about depriving myself of doing this thing. It's not really about depriving myself of of watching content, of consuming content so that I can be miserable, so that I can learn that, oh, life is fine even if you're miserable. It's not really about that. It's more about me focusing on what's important. And that's generating revenue, generating sales, making money, setting myself up for the future to make money, right? These are the things that I want to focus on. And watching too much content is definitely something that prevented me from doing this. So that's why I decided to stop watching content for 4 days. Now, if there's something that I find that is going to help me make more money, and it's more of like a, not so much a motivational video, but like a practical, do this step 1 through 3 to get this result type of video, like a tutorial video, I'm all for that. So I may watch one of these videos today. I'll play it by ear. But as far as the content goes, I'm not super strict on that. What I am super strict on is the fasting. Now, yesterday, I kind of showed a moment of weakness where I said I wasn't super confident in the fact that I was gonna do these 4 days, no food, period. I said, we'll see how it goes. And I replayed that video and I saw myself saying those words and I realized, man, my confidence is lacking here because I'm not willing to put myself out there to be wrong. If I said, you know what, absolutely 100%, I am not going to break my fast, that would have been putting myself out there. That would have been me risking being wrong. Because let's say immediately after I said that, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna eat, right? Then that makes me wrong, and that makes me a failure, and that makes me a liar, and that makes me something that I don't want to be. But at the same time, it takes confidence to put yourself out there like that, to say something like that, to put that out there in the world. So, because of my naturally conservative nature, I want to do that more. I want to put myself out there more. I want to say shit that I don't know if I'm going to fucking 100% be able to do it. But I'm going to say I'm going to do it, and I'm going to be 100% confident that I'm going to do it because that's different from what I've been doing. There are people out there who talk more than they do. Their words speak louder than their actions. I'm not one of those people. I've always been a person where my actions speak louder than my words. But that means in order to grow myself, I've got to do the complete opposite. I've got to start saying shit that speaks louder than my actions can possibly do because my actions haven't been done yet. My actions already speak very loudly. So I have to do the opposite, and I have to start talking and putting my words out there in the world and putting myself on the line for things that I don't know that I can achieve. I need to put myself on the line for things that I may very well look like a complete loser and a liar and a failure because I said I was going to do something and I didn't do it, right? I need to put myself out there like that. It's something that I haven't done, up until this point. So that's why I need to do it. What else? So that's doing good. I haven't hung out with anyone. That's doing good. No phone. Okay. Again, it's not to deprive myself. It's really about the phone. It's to take back my personal sovereignty. A lot of times I would feel that people are trying to take a piece of my time, right? I didn't feel like I was completely in control of my time and who I was communicating with and, who was bothering me, who was not bothering me. Basically, for 4 days, I didn't want to be bothered. I didn't want people, I didn't want me, this is the truth, I didn't want me to be thinking about other people and thinking about, what am I gonna do today? What am I gonna do this weekend for 4th of July? What am I gonna do? What social event am I gonna do? What kind of people am I gonna meet? What kind of girls am I gonna meet? What kind of venue am I going to so that I can meet those girls? What kind of fun thing am I gonna do? I feel like people really get sucked into this whole social, like I gotta do something social and fun every single day of my weekend, every single holiday. I've got to, do something fun. I've got to go out there. I've got to be out there amongst people, and I got to be talking to people and meeting people and hanging out. I got to be hanging out. I don't need to be fucking hanging out. I don't want to hang out. I don't want to fucking hang out, man. I've done enough hanging out. Look where that has gotten me. Absolutely fucking nowhere. Hanging out has gotten me nowhere. So that's what I want to stop doing. It's already insidious in my behavior. I'm already a hanger-outer. All right? I already know how to do that. I need to do the opposite for a little while because I went too far on one end of the spectrum, right? I've been hanging out basically every weekend, hanging out with, various people. I've been listening to other people about their plans, listening to a girl at the gym talking about her plans. I'm going to do this on Thursday. I'm going to go to the pool party on Saturday. I'm going to do this on Friday, this on Sunday. Every single day of the week, she's got some social event planned out for her. It just made me realize, like, wow, that's everyone. Everyone has got this sort of need, this urge to not be alone, to be out there with people, right? I can't be out there with people hanging out and build a multi-million-dollar business at the same time. I can't do it. No one can do it. It's not possible, right? So I've got to take my social life by the reins and say, you know what? Fuck hanging out. I'm gonna grind. I'm going to stay home and I'm going to grind. And it's going to suck. And it did suck for the first 2 days. And day 3, I feel okay with it. I feel pretty damn good about just being at home and working. All 4 things that I've been abstaining from and fasting, those are going good. Like yesterday, I was thinking about food a lot. I was thinking about, man, I cannot fucking wait for this fast to be over so that I can eat some damn food. But doing the Wim Hof method really, really helps with that. So I'm going to do more Wim Hof today. I'm going to do more work today. I feel inspired. I feel motivated. I feel energized. 3 days, no eating. I feel energized. And I look damn good, man. I look damn good. I almost forgot to make an update video. This will probably be my last update video. This is day 4 of my fast. I have successfully not eaten for what will be 4 days, 96 hours when it gets to 8 p.m. And, the second day was tough. The third day was tough. Today, not so tough because I've had things to do. I feel good. I think I look pretty good. As far as the fast goes, I did a couple of the things that I was set out to do. So I was gonna do a content fast as a part of this, right? I failed that for sure because I started watching the UFC fights last night. Part of that was because I was getting hungry and I was thinking about food. And to me, it was a fair trade-off to be able to watch some UFC in an effort to help me do the most important thing, which is to not eat. Actually, when I was watching UFC, I wanted to eat even more because that's usually what I do. I'll watch MMA fights and then I'll eat at the same time. So it didn't necessarily help. It didn't really hurt. My focus was, I kept not wanting to work. right? And part of that was because I didn't have important enough tasks for me to do. So it's like all the work things that I could have done, they weren't really that important. They weren't really specific enough. And, I just really didn't want to do any work. I was struggling basically like all day, not working. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch some UFC tonight. It was the John Jones versus Thiago Santos fight. It was a good fight. It was a good card. I don't regret, breaking that content fast. Phone. I kind of broke the phone, but, like I said before, I wasn't trying to be super strict on it. It was more just about me not wanting to hang out and me not getting sucked into Instagram and Facebook, and me not getting sucked into texting people and calling people and having people text and call me. I was successful at not texting other people. I read my texts, but I didn't text people back. I called one person, and then immediately after that, I turned off my phone. I did use messages on my desktop. I did end up looking at Facebook and Instagram today for sure, and I think yesterday as well. I got the result that I wanted, which was I wasn't totally sucked into my phone for these 4 days. Did not hang out with anyone. I'm gonna go to Victor and Rachel's house right now. We're gonna cook some burgers, and then I'm gonna help Victor with his video script. I wouldn't really consider that hanging out. That's more working, a work hangout. And also it's my 4th day, so it's like whatever. But most importantly, I wasn't sitting at home hanging out and smoking weed and or going out, which usually I love going out, and I love hanging out, but I just felt like this 4 days, this 4-day weekend, if you will, I couldn't do both hanging out and focusing on business. I had to do one or the other, and I chose business. So even though I struggled to really work and focus on business at times, I still got way more done these 4 days than I did the past month, probably. So all in all, successful. Most important thing is I haven't eaten in 4 days. I mean, most people can't even do that. So I have to congratulate myself for being able to accomplish that. I set out in the beginning of this. I set out with very lofty goals. 4 days of fasting for 4 different things at once, and most people can't even do 2 days of fasting. Can't even do 3 days of fasting. I did 4 days. So, and also most importantly, forget other people. I beat my personal best, which was previously 2.5 to 3 days of fasting. So I beat my personal best. I proved to myself that my mindset is sharp and unbeatable. And I proved that to myself. And I would say very successful 4 days, 4-day fast, 4-day water fast, no food, just drinking water and salt, sea salt. That's it. I walk away from this experience with something that I'm proud of. I walk away from this experience with a little bit more work and focus under my belt than I had before. And I walk away from this with the confidence that I have what it takes to be successful, that I have the mindset, that I have the willingness, that I have the desire to be successful when others do not. I have the ability to do things that other people cannot do, that other guys cannot do. I am the top dog. I am the man, because Who else out there is doing this shit? Who else out there is fucking doing this shit, and who else out there can fucking compete with me, right? So that's my confidence. So when I'm out there in the business world, when I'm out there in the dating world, I can look at my competition and I can say, you didn't fucking fast for 4 days, motherfucker. And that's what I walk away from this experience with. So on that note, I'm done with the 4 days, basically. I got a few hours left. That'll be easy. I'm gonna enjoy some fucking keto burgers, and that's it, you know, until the next challenge. All right, so this is the first meal I've had since Wednesday, 8 p.m. It looks really good right now. Got a burger, some turkey bacon, some chicken sausage, and some creamed spinach. I'm here with my good friend Victor and his wife Rachel. And we are about to eat.
About to break the fast.
About to break the fast.
Welcome back to civilization.
How does that feel?
I really appreciate food after not eating it for 4 days. I mean, I feel like I could probably go another 1 or 2 days because I wasn't even really that hungry. It was more of a mental thing. It was more of me like remembering yesterday and how hungry I was yesterday. But actually, we just went on a 2.5 mile hike and I felt pretty good. I felt a little lightheaded at moments, to be honest.
Was it 2.5 miles? Like I thought it was 2.5 miles, like one way.
Actually, the way we went, it was almost 3 miles.
Yeah, a little longer than that. I think
Okay.
you're under exaggerating.
Yeah.
I mean,
So you powered through more than you thought.
maybe. We'll just say 2.5 miles just to be safe. But this is good. Thanks to Victor for having me over. Victor and Rachel, and we're gonna have an amazing meal, and that'll be my fast for a while. You know, I got the challenge in, I did what I needed to do. Now it's time to party.
Woo woo!
Yeah. All right. Until next time.